Hello, everybody, and welcome here today to another Kerfuffle showcase. And I am delighted to have here, showing off from his Tenerife hotbed over there, Guillem, co-founder at Momenzo. How are you, Guillem? You right?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
Yeah, disgustingly going to be jumping into a swimming pool or something like that afterwards whilst we're over here sweating away in Manchester. And where are you, Jamie? Where are you? As you
in the lakes, South Lakes in Cumbria, not like Tenerife, but it's not too bad.
That's a bit cooler. And it's
Topping 20 today, so we're lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Guys, I mean, obviously, I've heard the name Momenzo out there. I've seen, obviously, on the website and everything else. Could you just give us a bit of background about what Momenzo is here to do, a bit of background about the company, and crucially, what solution it's providing for estate agents?
So yes, that's the listing that we have here with the logo, profile picture, all the property details. And I just have to click on this change button. And then I have a lot of templates here. And let's say I've sold my house. So I'm going to click on choose templates here, sold. And I have a new editing automatically with my branding again, sold. I can just export it and share it with my social media. So as you can see, you have all the templates ready for every steps of, when you are selling a listing, and it's so simple. Yeah. And that's how it works. Yeah.
And Glenn, that's all within the app, so it's all just self-contained. It goes with. Is it on Android and Apple and everything? You got cross compatibility. That's fantastic. It's really, you can see how simple it is to use there. Do you get access to all of the different templates, or do you have to purchase some of those extra?
Everything is included. Basically, there is no, you have to pay more for something else. When you get access to Momenzo app, you have first an onboarding. So it's very important because we're going to ask you all your information, like the logo, profile picture, your details. Why? Because we want the app to be 100% made with your branding. So that's why it's a little bit different than every other app. We make the app ready for your company. Then when you go through the app, everything is ready with your branding and your name and everything.
And you've made that point a couple of times. I think that's really, really important to point out again, there are many, many apps out there, aren't there, for doing video, but again, you can struggle with them to get it across. And that point of difference is really hard to make. Of course, every agent wants to reinforce their own brand when it goes out there. So you've thought that through with those templates, haven't you? So again, at every stage of the way, you are reinforcing the agent's own brand rather than it being about building your own.
Yeah, that's correct. Actually, when we were developing all the templates, we made them with, we were working hand to hand with real estate agents. It's not only us who were thinking on our side. We were working with real estate agents, trying them. And now we've got more than 20 templates inside the app. And basically all of them are very specific. And exactly like you said, you can find a lot of app for editing and maybe with layers as well, but most of these apps are for every market. Maybe, oh, you want to make a video for your bakery or something, but we want it to be like working in a niche, so very, very specific with small property icons for the bathroom, for the living room, something you will never find in another app.
Yeah, and that is why I always talk about it with web providers. There's lots of different website providers out there, but actually it's only when you actually start dealing with estate agents how important it is to understand the world of property, isn't it, to get that across. And I suppose, Jamie, that must have been one of the things that appealed to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the continuity of brand across all videos. For example, if you obviously just listed and then you can revert to sold, and then maybe I'll do a social media campaign. I'll download the video, which is absolutely super simple, bring it into Facebook, and then obviously social media, bash it all over the local area, and then obviously I'd hope I get the extra listings from that. So one thing I would mention as well is it's got a full tutorial throughout the app as well. So for example, if somebody feels, oh my God, I don't know how the hell I'm going to use this app, it's actually got a tutorial from, I used it for the first 5 videos, and then I could just do it myself from there. So
yeah, so very intuitive. So very intuitive, but you've got all the help there.
Well, it holds your hand. Yeah, the app holds your hand throughout the whole process.
And that's really important, isn't it? Because most of us will be very familiar with those apps that we have on, let's say, the first page or two of your phone that are second nature, and you know that you use them day in, day out. And then there's those in the graveyard that you've just never bothered to actually find out how to use in detail. And it's quite a short period of time, isn't it? Because if you don't get into it straight away, often they do just drift off and not get used.
Yeah, that's correct. Actually, it was a big challenge as well, because then, okay, you have good templates, you have good branding inside the app, but how can a real estate agent can record a video from scratch? And exactly like Jamie was saying, is it was a challenge as well to get them from very, very beginner. And we have so many customers, they were like, oh no, sorry, I'm not tech savvy. I will never be able to create a video with a phone, really, never. So, okay, just take the phone, follow the steps, and it's just showing you how you should record your living room, your bathroom, like whatever. And you just click on the button, you go on the next step, and then they were like, oh, it's done. I made my video. So it was a big challenge, because the people we're trying to target or to help mainly is not like very, very like people who knows how to go on After Effects, you know, this like very difficult software from Adobe. Actually, it's exactly the same. All the layers, it's exactly like After Effects, but we had to make it very, very simple, like just click next, and then you have a super video with like all the difficult branding to put on your video, actually.
And I suppose the key thing why people should be paying attention to this, just to reiterate, if it isn't obvious to everyone who's out there, one of the key points you were talking about is that real estate listings with video get 403% more inquiries. Is that right? You were telling. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, if I'm honest. I mean, it's a big figure there, but I know from my own particular behavior how I deviate and interact with things, that if video is on there, you're gonna go straight for it, aren't you?
Yeah, in fact, actually, it's a data that, of course, you can find on internet. So we are very happy to have this data for our business. But from the experience we have with real estate agent, especially with the COVID situation, you know, all those things where you need to see, you don't want to move too much, you know, you want to have a better projection before going for a viewing or that sort of things. And for sure, we had experience with some real estate agents. They were like, oh, okay, you know, you have to be competitive as well. What sort of service are you offering? And the video was only for very, very expensive listings, because when you have a 1 million or something for listing, then you can maybe pay a videographer and everything. But all the smallest listings, they don't have the budget to like for an expensive video. But I mean, you still need to show the property with video as well, right?
Yeah. So you're looking at £200 to £300 for a videographer.
At least, right? At least.
And that's up front, because most people are on no sale, no fee. And unless you get some vendor paid marketing at the start, you're down £300 before you've even listed the property. So
it's that classic one, Jamie, isn't it? John McGrath in Australia. Your listing is a liability till the point that it's sold, isn't it? On that basis.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, one thing I suppose, is it true to say, Guillem, that this is only really now possible now because of how the exponential growth of the quality of the cameras as well has been able to, you know, bring this into play?
So much. I mean, we are so lucky about the timing as well, because maybe 5 years ago when we had the iPhone, I don't know, it was like 5 or something, the quality wasn't good. But now when you think about an iPhone 11 Pro or iPhone 12, you even have the wide angle, for example, which is crazy. Just to tell you, when we were starting Momenzo about 4 years ago, actually, when we were starting to work with real estate agents, we were giving them, I mean, they needed like the wide angle.
Yeah, like the fish
on your phone. Exactly. Yeah. And just a few years later, it's just integrated to the phone with super high quality. It's just phenomenal. I mean, the timing, there is no, before I could understand why you needed an external camera, but right now when you think about the latest phone, it's unbelievable what you can do with it. And even we are sometimes using actually the gimbals as well. Just for the second. You know, the gimbal, that's something that you can find it. Before it was only, this thing was only for videographer, was super expensive, but now you can find it for $99. You just have this, you put your phone on it, and you can make very stabilized video. You use Momenzo on it. It's a perfect combination. So it's like professional equipment is not affordable and just already in your phone. So it's just super crazy for us.
It genuinely has been handed down, hasn't it? It's been taken away from being an elite sort of performance marketing tool to being democratized and being able to give out to almost everybody there. And I think the key thing we talk about as well is, normally I save the price till the end after we've gone through and justified all the benefits and everything else. We don't need to do that with yourself. You are genuinely a worldwide operator, aren't you? And am I right in thinking it was $19 per month or something like that for a single user?
That's correct. With their own branding, yes.
I mean, that's insane value for money, isn't it? That's absolutely that's incredible. I quite often bemoan a lot of the other prop tech for being sometimes prop tech can be too cheap and you might not use it. But in this case, with something like this, is why would you possibly not have this in your kit bag, as you said there, Jamie? Whether you choose to use it as a feed defender or you can charge it as an extra or anything else, it absolutely makes sense to have this ability to provide something like this.
As long as you've got a smartphone, a gimbal, and the app, then you can't go wrong.
Well, Guillaume, Jamie, thank you very much for enlightening me today. I feel like I know more. Certainly, I can see how easy it is to use on there. Really, really professional service. Congratulations on getting it off the ground and indeed launching it over here with such fanfare. So let's catch up over the coming months and take it from there.
With pleasure. Yes,
thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Have a great day. Cheerio.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.